Hi guys, welcome back to the class. In this class, we will discuss chemical properties of haloalkane. So by means of chemical property of haloalkane, we are supposed to discuss chemical reactions of haloalkane. Clear? So in today's class, I will be covering three different types of reactions of haloalkane. So that will be, first will be your nucleophilic substitution reaction, another will be your elimination reaction, and the last one is your what? Reaction with metal. Okay, so now let's start the topic. Okay, so first of all, what we are doing here, so we will be discussing nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, so as we are talking about in haloalkane reaction, right? So consider this is what our haloalkane, right? This is our haloalkane, where this is what slightly positively charged and it is what slightly negatively charged. Now what exactly we are doing with this alkyl halide compound, we are reacting it with what? Your nucleophile. So nucleophile, I think you guys are familiar with the term, right? So they are what? Electron rich species. Okay, they are what? Electron rich species. They are nucleophile. So once this alkyl halide react with this nucleophile, what exactly happens is that this halogen atom which present in the alkyl halide will be what? Substituted by this nucleophile, which means as a result our product will look like this. Okay, so this halogen reacting with this nucleophile reacting with this particular compound, so this what? Replacing halogen atom from its compound. So this is whatever the basic point of nucleophilic substitution reaction which we means to say. Okay, now if we talk about the different prospects of this reaction, here nucleophile we can have numbers of nucleophile. Okay, means that is negatively charged species. Say like your O is negative, right? Say like your NO2 negative, say like your CN negative, okay, NH2 negative. So different types of nucleophile we can react with this particular compound. Now the thing is that if this would be halogen, then what are the halogen we can have? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine or iodine, right? Here we can have. So it will bonded with whatever? Carbon, isn't it? So all these halogen can be replaced by this different types of nucleophile which I am talking about. Clear? Now the question now arises is that if different types of alkyl halide bond we are having, then in which cases the bond will be easily breakable, right? Or in which cases the reaction will take place faster? If you ask me that, then the simple answer is that, among this halogen, which bond will be easily breakable? So that will what? Proceed the reaction very faster. In this term, okay, in terms of carbon halogen bond. Now what do we know in terms of carbon halogen bond? The carbon iodine bond are what? They can be easily breakable, right? They are having a much more length than the other bonds. So what? It can be easily breakable. That means what? If it is iodine, so if it is alkyl iodide, then what? The reaction will take place very faster. Okay. So here in this nucleophilic substitution reaction, this halogens are known also as what call your leaving groups, okay, as they are leaving from the respective their compound, so that's why they are also known as what call your leaving group. So what we can do is that we can take any one of this halide compound, okay, alkyl halide compound, and we can react with any source of this, not only exactly with the OH. Now what are the different type of compound that can provide us OH? Let's have a look here. Suppose say I can react with what? Water also, right? I can react with what? Sodium hydroxide. Say I can react with what? Potassium hydroxide. So when I react with all this compound, so this halogen, any of this halogen will be replaced by what call our OH group. I think you guys have understood these things. Now the point is here is that we will talk about the example later on, but the main point here is that this particular reaction, this nucleophilic substitution reaction, they are proceeding via two different type of mechanistic part, means two different type of mechanism. Okay, one is known as SN1 mechanism and another one is known as what call your SN2 mechanism. One or two, this is known as nucleophilic substitution unimolecular because of this one. So one molecule would be there, right? They are what? 1, 2. These numbers are what? Their molecularity. And molecularity, what we mean? The numbers of reacting species in the reaction. They are what? Known as molecularity. And It is what? SN2, so it is known as nucleophilic substitution bimolecular. Okay, two molecule will be reacted. So now what we will do is that we will discuss these two reactions, means these two mechanism with respect to this particular reaction. What exactly happens here? Okay, and one more thing, as the reaction is what? Initiated with the help of this nucleophile, so that's why also known as what? Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, so let us start the first mechanistic part, then we will talk about different prospects of that, then we will proceed to SN2. Now, when we are talking about SN1 reaction or SN1 reaction mechanism, then what exactly happening here? Let's have a look. The first thing is that this reaction here, it is what? Two-step reaction. Okay, it is what? Two-step reaction. In first step, in step 1, what exactly happens is that formation of carbocation will take place. Okay, one, formation of carbocation. Clear? So the same reaction, I have taken the same reaction. Okay, this halogen 1 reacting with nucleophile, it will give you this plus, so this. On behalf of the same reaction, we will discuss the mechanism here. Okay, the example part, it is different thing, but you just have to know what exactly happens here now. So look, if I have taken this compound, so what we are saying, formation of carbocation. So initially what happens, whatever this alkyl halide we have taken, say consider I will be writing in this form, clear? Say I will be writing in this form. Say consider this is our halogen compound. Say any halogen is here, alkyl halide, so halogen is here. Now initially what we know is that, so as this carbon halogen bond are what? Means they are polar in nature, right? Due to difference in electronegativity, so this electron will shift it here. Okay, so once this electron will shift it here, so what happens? So here what? It will be positively charged and this one halogen will be removed from there. And in step 2 what happens? Attack of nucleophile on the carbocation. That is what? Whatever the carbocation formed in the first step, so we have to write that carbocation. Okay, and what we have to do is that this nucleophile, it will what? Come and attack the carbon atom. That means what? They will bind together, right? They will what? Bind together. So this is what our SN1 reactions mechanism. Okay, two-step, very simple. First carbon halogen bond will break down, and what we will have? We will have what call our carbocation and halogen molecule will be removed, halogen atom will be removed from there. And second part, what? Attack of nucleophile. This nucleophile which we are reacting with this, so it will what? Attack to the carbocation. That means what? It will provide one of the electron and they will form bond. Now, what we have to know is that, there are some things are there. Look, as I am talking about, this is our main reactant compound, right? This is what our main reactant. So look at the structure of the reactant, which I mean to say is that look at the position of this halogen earlier when it is in the form of reactant, and now as it is in product, right? Look at the structure in this product. Now if you look at this orientation of the bond, carbon halogen and carbon nucleophile, they are what? Oriented in the same way, right? As here, so it is also the same one. That means what? Only difference is that here we are having halogen, here we are having nucleophile. That means what? Whatever the structure in the case of reactant we are having, right? So the same type of structure we are also having in terms of what your product also. That means what? The structure of these compounds, when I reactant and the products, they are what? Not getting changed, right? Not getting changed. So in this case, in this particular mechanism, what we are saying, it is what? Retention of configuration. Now this is what we are talking about, retention of configuration. So what we can say is that in SN1 reaction, retention of configuration takes place, which means to say we will have same structure of the reactant, an alkyl halide, and we will have the same structure of product. Got it, I think, right? So these things happen here. Now another prospect is here. Look at here. Now if you're talking about this bond, they are what? Like this, they are tetrahedrally. One bond would be here. Now what we have done, consider this was our halogen here, right? Now what we have done, we have break this bond. So these two sides are open like, right, this here, and one bond will be here, another one will be here, right? So this side is now, once this halogen is removed, so this side is vacant. So what this nucleophile can do, it can directly come from the same position of the halogen. It will come and attack here. So it can attach here. Once it is attached here, it will give this product. But what it can do is that, look at it, this side also vacant, right? This side also vacant. So once this side, because this is completely backward and this is completely frontward. So once this side is vacant, what this nucleophile can do is that it can come and attack from the another side also. And once it attack from the another side, what? Nucleophile will be joining at this side. Clear? At this side. So this happens here. That means what? We can have two different type of structure. But if you look only about this structure, then you will say what? Retention of configuration. But two prospects can be there. We are talking about what? Possibility. We are talking about what? Possibility. Now, if it happens, look, these two are the same product. What is the difference there? The difference is just the orientation of the nucleophile. One same position to the halogen, another opposite position to the halogen. That means what? If you look at these two compounds, what I mean to say is that, look at guys, we can have this product also, or we can have this product also. Clear? We can have this product also. And if we have this product, only this product, then retention of configuration, what we are talking about. But if we have these two product, isn't these two product are what? Isn't these two product are what? Mirror images of each other, right? These are what? Mirror images of each other. If you place a mirror here, then what? You will get the same thing here, right? Like this, ulta. So once we are having these two compound like that, that is what we are saying, you know, we are having this 50% and we are having this 50%. And once we are having this, then this two particular compound is known as what called your racemic mixture. Okay, racemic mixture. That is what? One will be your 50%, another will be 50%. Okay. So regarding, there are some points, D configuration, L configuration. So regarding these things, we will talk in another class. Okay. So for right now, you just try to go through these things. That means what? So in SN1 reaction, what you've got? That we can have racemic mixture also. Okay. Okay, good. Now, another point here is that, if we talk about alkyl halide, right? Alkyl halide. Now what? This alkyl halide can be what? They can be 1 degree, they can be 2 degree, they can be 3 degree, or they can be what call your methyl halide also, right? Like this, isn't it? Now, if we talk about this particular point, let's have a look here, okay guys? It's the serious thing, okay? You have to know this, because from this part, definitely in examination, you will have one questions. Consider, if we are having this different type of compound, and we are supposed to have this SN1 reaction, then among these 4 different compound, which compound will precede the SN reaction faster and why? We have to know this, because these things will ask in examination. 2 compound will be given to you and they will ask that which of the following will precede the SN1 reaction faster and why. This type of questions are often asking in the examination, so you must know these things. Now look at here. As we are talking about in SN1 reaction, carbocation will form, right? So if the carbocation will form, this halogen will be removed, right? So we will have positive charge here, right? We'll have positive charge. Now, look, so what? 1 degree will give you 1 degree carbocation, as like 2 degree also will 2 degree, 3 degree will 3 degree, and methyl halide will give you what? Methyl carbocation. Now what you have to do is that, you know, we have to look at their what? Stability. We have to what? Look after their stability. What? Among this carbocation, which is most stable. Okay, we have to look after that. And what we know is that from the stability order, what? 3 degree is more stable than 2 degree, then 1 degree, then what call your methyl carbocation. So you have to remember these things. So those carbocation which is more stable, so it will what? Precede the SN1 reaction faster. Clear? So 3 degree will fast, then 2 degree, then 1 degree, then methyl cation. Okay. So you try to go through these things. Okay. So example part we will discuss it later on. Okay. Now what we will go for? We will go for what? SN2 reaction. What? SN2 reaction. Now, when we talking about it's the same reaction, okay? It's the same reaction I have written here. But it's an interesting thing will happen here, okay? Let's try to go through this thing. Consider and okay, mechanism, na? It is what our mechanism, right? Now what, this is what single step mechanism. It is what single step mechanism. Okay, only one step would be here. Consider I will write this alkyl halide in this way. Clear? In this way. I have just written the 3D configuration. That means what? Look at here. If we are talking about these things, then what? We will have this type of structure. Okay, we'll have this type of structure. That is what, like this. So this is consider our halogen. So this is 1, 2, 3, 1 and 4, right? So we will have this type of structure. Clear? Now, what exactly happens is that, whatever the nucleophile we are reacting in this particular reaction, this nucleophile in this mechanism, sorry, this is what SN2, huh? In this mechanism, what exactly happens is that, it will always attacking completely opposite to this carbon halogen bond. Clear? If I am talking about these things, look, if it is this bond, right? Say consider this is what our carbon halogen bond. If you consider this one, so what opposite to this means what? This side. So it is what this nucleophile will coming in what? It is always attacking from this point. Okay, like this, opposite to this. So initially what happens is that, so once this will try to come and attack here, so what? So it will slowly start forming bond. Okay, it will slowly what? Start forming bond there, and this carbon halogen bond will what? Slowly what? Starts breaking down. Okay, it will slowly start what? Breaking down, and this is known as what? Your transition state. Okay, now what exactly happens is that once this bond is completely formed, this carbon nucleophile bond, when it is completely formed, then what happens? This halogen will what? Remove from here. And once it removes from here, what exactly happens is that we will have a different configuration and it will look like this. Clear? We will have this configuration and our structure will look like that particular. Now guys, what exactly happening, right? So look, this is the structure of what? Our alkyl halide. Now when it is forming the product, the structure is what? Completely what? Mirror image. If you consider this is not halogen, so what? We are writing like this, right? We are just flipping the structure like this. So we are having this configuration. That means what? This structure or this configuration is completely inverse of this, right? Ulta of that. So in SN2 reaction mechanism, what we are saying, inversion of configuration takes place. Okay. Here what we say, we will say that inversion of configuration will takes place. Okay. Now let me explain these things in another way. Consider we are having, say, like this. Okay. Say consider this is we are having an umbrella. Consider, right? Now, so this is what we are having, this type of structure. Okay, this is what we are having. Now consider if air blows from this side. Okay, so what happens? So the structure, now the configuration of the umbrella will look like this, isn't it? It will become like this, right? So exactly the same thing is happening here. So air is blowing from this side. That means what? Here it is attacking from this side. Now what? So it, this halogen, it tried to remove from there, right? It tried to go out from there. So once it go out from, there, what exactly happens, it will try to bring all these things along with together. But it will not able to do that, right? So once it is pushing from here, so it's try to remove from here. But once it try to remove from here, it try to take all these things away with him. Consider, if you're having this, right? If you try to pinch here something like that, or you try to point out or bring out this particular skin in the targeted point, so what will happen? The rest of the thing are also try to come along with you, right? Like this, isn't it? So this is what exactly happens here. But it will be not possible, right? Right? So that's why the flattened skin, it will something for a moment it will be look like this, right? So exactly the same thing is happening here. So when you are writing the product in terms of what SN2 reaction, you have to write in this form. Okay, and what we are saying, in case of SN2 mechanism, what inversion of configuration will what takes place. I think you guys have understood these things. Okay, so you try to go through these things very clearly. Okay, another prospects of this reaction, look at it. Now again, as earlier, that if we will have this, right, or 1 degree or 2 degree or 3 degree, so which will proceed this reaction faster and why? Now look at here. Consider it is 3 degree. Say R. Money what? Here what? Bulky groups would be there, right? Consider some bulky groups would be there. So look at this structure, right? If you are having what? CH3 and CH3 here, another 3 hydrogen will also be looking, means pointing like this, right? Tetrahedrally, like this. So what? Once this nucleophile is supposed try to come here and attack this carbon atom, so it will not supposed to enter easily here, because this bulky group will what? Not allow him to enter here easily. That is what? More the bulky group, that is what? It will take time, right? It will look after the position, right? From where it will attack. So it will look after the position here. So more the bulky group, what? The reaction will take time. Right, it will take time. So what we put do now here is that if we are having bulky groups, that means what? In 3 degree we will have 3 bulky group. That is what? In 3 degree what? The reaction will take time. It will what? Proceed slowly. 2 degree, consider we are having 1 hydrogen. So but in case of 2 degree, what happened? If you consider 2 degree, so what? Let's have a look here. Say consider methyl group, hydrogen. So this point is vacant, right? So means only hydrogen will be attached here, right? So if you consider the half of the portion is what? Completely it's free. So it can come and attack here easily with respect to 3 degree. Similarly, if you consider here it is 1 degree hydrogen, so 2 hydrogen will be here. So consider 2 hydrogen, 1 methyl group. That means what? 70% area of the area is completely free, because hydrogen would be here, right? So it can easily come and attack here with respect to 3 degree and 2 degree. And when it is methyl, you know what? Only hydrogen. So complete this 100% this area is free, and this nucleophile will easily come and attack here, and this halogen will what? Completely remove from here. Okay. So what I am supposed to say here is that in case of SN2 reaction mechanism, what? Our methyl halide, then what? Our 1 degree, then 2 degree, then what? Our 3 degree alkyl halide will proceed the reaction. So it is what? Opposite to what? Our SN1 reaction. I think you guys have got these things very clearly. Okay. So this is all about this. So you know what? So this why sometime in examination, you know what? They are asking the question like this. Suppose say, let's have a look here. Say I am writing this structure. Consider Cl here, and say I am writing structure. Say consider Cl here. Now look at it. These two compounds are having difference, right? One is what call your 2-chloropropene, right? And one is your what? 1-chloropropene, isn't it? So if you are having these differences, then what? It is whatever 2 degree, it is whatever 1 degree. So if someone asks you which of this following will takes place the SN reaction faster, then what you will say? You will look after what? Stability of carbon. SN1 means what? Carbocation. SN1 means what? Carbocation. So which will give you a stable carbocation among these two? So 2 degree, right? So it will proceed faster. But if you look after the SN2 here, then what you will look after? You will look after bulky group. Here 2 hydrogens are there, but here only 1 hydrogen. So these 2 are whatever bulky group. So this is one-sided bulky group in 1 degree. So what? So here these sides are vacant. So that means what? 1 degree will proceed faster than 2 degree, and here 2 degree will proceed faster than 1 degree. So this is what you have to look after the different prospects. Clear? So I think definitely you will have this type of questions in your final examination. Okay. Basically I am talking about our Assam Higher Secondary Education Council question. Okay. If you look up to the previous year question paper, then you will definitely have this type of questions. Okay. Okay. So I think you guys have got these things very clearly, right? So now what we do is that we will discuss another type. We will discuss some of the examples, okay, that what type of nucleophilic substitution we can have. So we will look after those things now. Okay, say consider number 1, substitution by say OH group, OH negative group or O is negative nucleophile. Let's write like this, isn't it? So if you are doing this, then what we have to do in what different type of compounds we are reacting. So what we will do? Alkyl halide reacting with this. So what are the different sources of this? From where we can have? We can have from water molecule also, right? Or we can have from your alkali hydroxide, say like potassium hydroxide, or what call your sodium hydroxide. So what we are doing? So once this compound reacting with, say like your water molecule, right? Say like your sodium hydroxide or say your potassium hydroxide, in all the cases what we are having? ROH, ROH, ROH. So and rest is what? HX here what? NaX, and here what? KX. Okay, because here it will be positively charged, na, this metal R, so it will bind with this negatively charged halogen. So we can have this type of reaction. So you can write example also. R will be what? Your alkyl group, that's it, right? X will be what? Your halogen here. So we can do the reactions in this way. Okay, if we react with any one of this, so we are replacing the halogen by what call our OH group. Clear, I think. Next, consider somehow another one, say substitution by alkoxy group, and earlier is hydroxy. So alkoxy means what? OR negative, this group, right? So what you will do is that, what we can do is that we can react with what? Sodium alkoxide. Okay, so this one, so it will give us what? ROR, ether type of compound, NaX. So this negative, it will come and attack here, this will go there, right? So negative, it will positive. It will come here, it will go there. Negative, it will go and attack here. So this type of, similarly in the earlier case also same type of reaction. So here also R alkyl, you can take any alkyl group here and you can perform the reaction with some example. Another one, say consider we are replacing by cyano group, CYNO to CN negative. Okay. So this is bidentate ligand, so but I just have to draw some examples. So if we will react with potassium cyanide, so this is the base source of cyano group. So what? Again Cn plus what? KX. So this will come here, right? It will go there negative, again positive. So this product will have, okay. And if we talk about some of the groups called amino group, okay, by your what? Amino group, your NH2. Here also we can have, okay, this is fine. So Rx plus what your, say we are reacting with, say this ammonia, right? Ammonia. So it is having electron. So it will come and attack here. It will go there, this negative, right? So what happens? R NH2 and this hydrogen, it is positively charged, plus X negative. It will come again, get back by the hydrogen. So R NH2 plus what? HX. So this I just write the mechanism only. If you look at the reaction, Rx plus NH3, so what happened? R NH2 plus HX. So this is the mechanism, reaction, this is the mechanism. So these are the different types of reactions we can have. Okay, you can take any of the halogen and you can react with this, so you will have the respective products. So you can go through with this example of this particular reaction by yourself also. Okay, you can write some of the examples here. Okay. So now let's have some example. Consider now one more thing. When you are talking simply about the substitution reaction, okay, if they are not mentioning SN1 mechanism or SN2 mechanism, then as earlier what I have shown these reactions, right, you can simply write the examples. But if someone is showing that complete the reaction in soda mechanism, SN2 mechanism or SN1 mechanism, then you have to go for the mechanism as I have shown in the earlier portion. Okay, in the mechanism portion. So that is what I'm talking about here. Consider I'm having this, say CH3, CH2Cl, or I am reacting with what? Sodium hydroxide. So from sodium hydroxide, if we dissociate, negative, positive would be there. So in place of this Cl, OH would be here now. CH3, CH2, OH, then plus NaCl. Okay. So these are very simple thing. Okay guys, you try to go through these things. Say consider I am reacting with say KCN. So here K positive, Cn will be negative. So in place of what call our halogen, now cyano group will be there, Cn, right, and KBr. So these are the examples. Okay, I have just drawn two of the example here. You try to go through these things. Okay guys, I hope you guys have understood these things very clearly. Okay, so okay, so I hope you like the class, right? So the length of the video approximately it's become 30 minutes. So right, so the rest of the two reaction I will be discussing in the next class. Okay, so if anyone having problem, then you can just comment me in the comment section. If you like the video, then like it, share it. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.